Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening whenever and wherever you are watching this video from. Guys, before us we have 2025 Mathematics Paper 1 GCE. Alright, let's get started without wasting much of the time. Let's start with the very first question here, which is saying simplify. Okay, so we are asked to simplify 2 open bracket y minus 3 minus 3 close open bracket 2 minus y. So this is what we're having. So now we're going to expand. We have 2 brackets here. So we're going to expand using the coefficient, the number on the left hand side. So here we're going to expand using 2. This side we're going to expand using what? Using a negative 3. So 2 times y is 2y. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6 as well. Negative times negative, it is positive. 3 times y is 3y. Ask yourself, do you have like terms now? Yes, you have. So you have 2y, then this one will come here as 3y. Don't change the sign because this positive 3 has not what crossed the equal sign. So, and we don't have an equal sign here. Just changing positions. Then we have negative 6 minus 6. 2 plus 3. Just add. You know, when you have such situations, don't bother to think about the y. Okay, just add. When you're adding or subtracting, just deal with the coefficients. 2 plus 3, 5. Then we have y. Okay, that is what is common. Negative 6 minus 6. So we have 2 numbers with the negative sign. So what do? You add 6 plus 6, 12. Then maintain the sign. So it's what? Negative 12. Can we subtract here? No, because these are unlike what? Unlike terms. So you bring your answer here as 5y minus 12. Okay, this is very simple and it's 2 marks. Now, this is under algebra, by the way, guys. Let's go to the next Let's go to the next question. So you have to make sure when answering these questions, if it's 2 marks, as the way of maximizing time, all right, or managing time during the exam, you need to solve the question within 2 minutes. Okay, in less than 2 minutes. All right. So what do we have here? We have we're asked to evaluate, okay, the 4th root of 1681, okay, to the power 3. That's what we are having. So what you should do here is that we have this term, which is 4. So we need to find the 4th root of 16 and the 4th root of 81. A number, when you multiply itself how many times? 4 times should give you 16. And you know that 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 4 times is giving us what? 16. So the 4th root of what? Of 16 is what? Is 2. So 2, I'm saying 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. This is giving us 16. So this is the 4th root of what? Of 16. 2 is the 4th root of 16. Then the other thing, we have 81 here. Which number, when you multiply itself 4 times, should give us 81? So it is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 81. So you have 3. Okay? So you have something like this to the power 3. Then the other law of indices states that if you have something like this, a over b to the power, let's say n, okay, the power n. So this is a fraction. What is inside here is a fraction. The base is a fraction. You distribute this, so it will be a to the power n over b to the power n. Now this, we're going to do the same thing here. So we are going to distribute So here we're going to write 2 to the power 3 over 3 to the power 3. Okay, 3 to the power 3. And we know that 2 to the power 3 is 2 times 2 times 2, which is just 8. And 3 to the power 3 is 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. So this is the final answer. The final answer here is 27 to this question 2. All right, let's go to question 3. Question 3 is under algebra, and we are asked to factorize completely 2ab minus, 2ab minus 3b plus 10a minus 15. So now you should know that when it comes to factorization, you have what we call common factor. Okay, common factor. Number 2, we have grouping terms, where you have 4 terms, then you factorize by grouping. You also have factorizing quadratic expressions, then finally difference of 2 squares. Now, what type of factorization is this? This is the grouping what? Terms. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So I'm going to group them 2, 2. Now, before you think of grouping them, check if at all you have what is common in the first 2 terms and in the last. Yes, here we have b is common. Here you have is 10 and 15. So we have the highest common factor of 10 and 15, which is 5. So we can just dissolve the way it is. Okay. So what is common here in the first 2 terms is b. So we're going to factor out b. Okay, factor out b. So b into 2ab, you just remain with what? 2a. All right. So you have an invisible positive 1 here. Positive 1 to negative 3, just negative 3. B would cancel, but don't just cancel. Just know that you are dividing. Okay. Close bracket. What is common here? The highest common factor of 10 and 15 is what? 5. The numbers can go into 10 and 15, that leaving a remainder, and the highest number is 5. Okay. So 5 out. 5 into 10 is 2. Into 10a is 2a. Okay. Positive divided by negative is negative. 5 into 15 is 3. So you can know that you are doing the correct thing if what is in the bracket here is just the same. Okay. Now you have how many terms? 2 terms. You have this term and this term. So you can factorize by what? Common factor. We have what is common this side and this side. So you have 2a minus 3. So we're going to put this one in brackets. Then you know that 2a minus 3 into 2a minus 3 just remain with what? So open bracket, just remain with the b plus, which is this one, plus this into this, just remain with what? 5. In other words, guys, if you have what is common here, just write what is common, then in bracket, put the coefficient, the number which is of the whatever variable is here, and attach it to this one, and that will be the answer. So there's no problem. You can start with this and end with this. You can start with b minus 5, b plus 5 in bracket, and then this one. There's no problem. So this is the answer. Let's write it here as 2a minus 3. Okay, then b plus 5. Okay, that's the answer. So 6 marks into our pocket so far. Let's go to the next question, which is question 4. Okay, question 4, we are asked to solve the equation, and the equation is 1 over 2 x squared minus 8 is equals to 0. So we're asked to solve this equation. Remember what I've always been, what I always tell you, that when you have this equation and one of the term has a fraction, you need to get rid of the fraction first before you proceed solving, because if you continue solving with this, it's going to give you a problem. Okay, so what you need to do, let's break this fraction first. How do you do it? There are a lot of ways, but what I always tell you is get the denominator of a fraction, which is 2, and multiply it throughout the what? The equation. So 2, this you are going to divide. 2 divided by 2 is just going to remain with x squared. And here we will multiply. Here we are dividing because this is a fraction, guys. Here we are going to multiply. 2 times negative 8 is negative 16 is equals to 0. You see? Now it's easy. So let's take this 16. So here there are 2 ways you can factorize here by difference of 2 squares, or you can just say x is squared is equals to 16 across the cosine becomes positive what? 16, then square root both what? Both sides. Square root symbol and these 2 cancel. X therefore is equals to, the square root of 16 can either be positive 4 or negative 4. Okay, so you get your answers or solutions and write them here in the answer space. So you have x is equals to what? Positive 4, or x is equals to negative 4. Okay, this is very, very simple. All right, so guys, if you are enjoying up to this point, why can't you give us a like? Okay, you can comment, you can also subscribe if you haven't subscribed. All right, let's proceed anyway to question 5. Question 5. This is under set, and we are asked to use set notation to describe the shaded region in the Venn diagram below. Okay, so what's the secret? It's 2 marks, yes? Now, what's the secret to answering this question? The secret, the first thing is identify the set or sets which are completely unshaded. If at all you have, of which here we have B and C. Okay, B and C are completely unshaded. So it means, and this is B union C. So B union C, you have B union C complement. Okay, and this only set A, the part of set A here is shaded. Therefore, our answer is going to be set A, which is this one, intersect, okay, open bracket, B union C, okay, B union C in bracket what? Complement. Okay, it is as simple as this. B union C as what? Complement. And the only set A is what? Is shaded. So this is how you answer this question. Okay, we proceed. Now we have question 6 here, and it's saying a company with 60,000 shares declared a dividend of 56,000. What amount will Bet receive for her 36 shares? Okay, so a company has 60,000 shares, okay, and the dividend is what? For 6,000 shares is 56,000 kwacha. Let's forget about these 2 zeros after the decimal point. They are going to confuse us. We're going to add them at the end anyway. Now, how many shares? Okay, Bet has how many? Has 36 shares. And what's the dividend for 36 shares? We don't know, so x. Then we cross multiply. Okay, x times this, we're going to have 60,000 x is equals to 36 times 56,000, like this. Okay, so you divide. So don't multiply here. This is paper 1. You're not supposed to use the calculator. So make things simple, guys. Don't, just to show that you're multiplying by putting a multiplication sign, but don't literally multiply. Divide by 60,000, even here 60,000. This and this will cancel. X therefore is equals to, we have 3 zeros here, we can also cancel down here 3 zeros. We're just remaining with 6. 6 can go into 36, is as simple as this. 6 into 6, 1. 6 into 36, 6. So you can multiply 6 times 5, what's this? 56. So let me just multiply from this side. 6 multiplied by 56 times 6. So we have 6 times 6 is 36. So 6 carry 3. 6 times 5 is 30 plus 3, 33. So you have 336. So 336 quarter 00 ngwe. Okay. So finally, the answer you're going to write here is what? 336.00 ngwe. Okay. So this is the dividend. Okay, for 36 shares. All right. So now let's go to question 7. Okay. Question 7 reads, the formula for the nth term of an arithmetic progression is 2n minus 3. Find the first term. This is simple. This is simple, direct. It's just straightforward. So we are given the nth formula. The formula for the nth term, as 2n minus 3. Then you're saying find the first term. So n is equals to 1. So where there is n, substitute with what? 1. So it will be 2 times 1 minus 3. 2 times 1 is just 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's negative 1. So you're going to write your answer here as negative what? Negative 1. First term, so you can just say a is equals to negative what? Negative 1. Negative 1. So even here, so we can just say a represents the first term on in our formula. Okay. Then what's the next question? Okay. Question B saying, find the common difference if the sum of the first 8 terms is 48. Okay. So here we're given the sum. So we're going to use the formula for what? Sum. Okay. So Sn, the formula for sum, Sn, so this is B, Sn is equals to n over 2, open bracket, 2a plus, open parenthesis, n minus 1, close bracket, d, then close bracket there. Okay, so that is the formula for finding the nth term of arithmetic progression, an arithmetic progression. So let's substitute what we know. Do we know the value of n? Do you know the value of n? Yes, we are told that what? The sum of the first 8. So n is 8. Okay. Do we know a, the first term? We've already calculated the first term as negative what? Negative 1. Do we know the common difference? We don't know. So common difference is the one we want to calculate. Do we know sum of the first 8 terms, which is S8? Yes, we are given as 40 what? 48. So the only thing remaining here is the common difference. Let's substitute and solve it. All right. So Sn, we're going to substitute with 40 what? 48 is equals to n is 8 over 2 times negative 1. Okay. Plus 8 minus 1, close bracket, d. Okay. Then I'm just substituted. So 48 is equals to 2 into 8 is 4. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Plus 8 minus 1 is 7. So we have 7d. Okay. Okay. So this is what we are having. Okay. Now, what is inside here? These are like terms. And we have this 4. So we can expand using the 4. Simple as this. So 48 is equals to 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. 4 times 7 is 28d. Okay. Then collect like terms. We're solving for d. The 8 to cross the cosine. So we have 48 plus 8 is equals to 28d. 48 plus 8 is what? 56. 56 is equals to 28D. Okay, 28D. So we divide both sides by 28. 28. 28 will cancel. Therefore, D is equals to, can 28 go into 56? Start by adding 28 plus 28. So 8 plus 8 is going to, yes, it's going to give us 56. So 28 goes into 56 how many times? 2 times. So the common difference is 2. So come and write your answer here as what? Common difference is equals to 2. This is very simple. Guys, if you are still together up to this point, consider subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, you can give us a like, you can comment. We are solving this together, by the way. Okay, so you should also be solving somewhere. All right, because mathematics, you're supposed to practice. It's a practical subject. You practice, and the practice makes what? Makes perfect. Okay, anything you are practicing, you become perfect at it. Even if you are practicing the wrong thing, you become perfect at wrong what? Wrong thing. Repetition can either be positive or negative. So just repeat, solve over and over a question, so that it sticks into permanent what? Memory, or the subconscious mind. All right, we have question 8. Question 8, we have 2 questions here, and this is under matrices. Okay, if A, so we have, if set A is this, find A to the power T, it means transpose. So transpose of A is rows become columns, and the columns become what? Rows. That's the thing. So this first row becomes the first column. So you have -1, 2. Then this become the second what? The second column, starting with what is on the left. So it will be 3, 0. Then this will be 1, 4. And this is the answer. Okay, the answer. So just come and write it here as in A transpose is equals to -1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 4. Now, let me just show you something. What have you noticed between the first element in the original set matrix here, the first and the last in the answer? They don't change positions, right? Exactly. They don't change positions. The first and last, they don't change positions. And it that tells you that you are doing the correct thing. Now let's come to B. B, given that, so you have this matrix and it's being multiplied with this to get this. Oh, find the value of x. Okay, nice. So let's do this. Let me show you something. Do you know that to get -5, they multiplied -2 times 3 plus 1 plus times this? Let me show you that. -2 times 3, since it's row by column, plus 1 times 1. 1 times 1. And this is supposed to give us -5. Let's try. -2 times 3 is -6. 1 times 1 is 1, so plus 1. And this is going to give us -5, which is the same as this. So for us to get x here, we need to use this. For us to solve for x, we're going to say x times 3 plus -2 times what? -2 times 1. And this should give us what? 7. So it's equals to 7. Okay? X times 3 is just 3x plus -2 times 1 is just negative what? -2 is equals to 7. Then the -2 will cross the cosine, just remain with 3. X is equals to 7 plus 2. Okay, 7 plus 2, because this is negative this side, and when it crosses the cosine, it becomes positive. All right, then what is 7 plus 2? So 3x, 7 plus 2 is 9. So over 3 over 3. Okay, therefore the value of x is equals to 3 into 9 is 3 times. So x is equals to 3. So here you can write your answer as x is equals to 3. Now, can you prove that x is 3? Let's try. 3x is 3. 3 times 3, 9. Okay, but don't prove in the exam. Okay, just to solve. Plus negative 2 times 1 is just negative 2. 9 minus, just minus here, because positive times negative is negative. 9 minus 2 is 7. So our answer is correct. You can know that you've gotten a distinction or not in the exam. Mathematics, you can know. Okay, so we're done with question 8. Let's go to question 9. Okay, question 9, we have two questions. A is under probability, then B is under equations involving indices. So it's under indices. Okay, so the question reads, the probability that Gift will not be late for a job interview is 0.05. What is the probability that he will be late for the interview? This is very simple. Okay, this is the probability of A plus probability of not A is equals to, so this is the general formula, probability of A plus probability of not A is equals to 1. Okay, so here is the probability of late plus probability of not being late for a job interview is equals to 1. So we are given the probability of that Gift will not be late for a job interview. So in the this one, which is what? So it's this one, probability of not A, not being late. Okay, so we are calculating probability of that he will be late. So to be probability of, let's say, late is equals to 1 minus probability of not being late for a job interview, which is what? 0.05. Now subtract. Now, to subtract this one nicely, you can just write 1 point. You have two zeros, you have two numbers after decimal point. So you can place, we can put zeros there, two zeros. Then 0.05 and subtract. It's just a mark, guys. So 0 minus 5, it cancels. So I'm going to get 1 from this. This becomes 0, and this becomes 9, and this becomes what? 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 0 is 9. 0 minus 0 is 0. So the answer here is 0.95. Okay? So you write your answer here 0.95. Okay? Simple as this. Question B. Solve the equation. Solve the equation. We have 2 to the power x minus 1 minus 4 k is equals to 0. This is simple. Very simple. Let's take negative 4 to the other side. So when you take negative 4 to the other side, it will be 2x minus 1 is equals to positive 4. Then bases are supposed to be the same for us to get the powers. So this is base 2. This is the base, which is what is 4. So we can change 4 to what? Base of 2. Okay, how? Because 4 is the same as 2 times what? 2, which is 2, just 2 squared. So you can just write 2x minus 1 is equals to 2 to the power 2. Now bases are the same, we can just get the powers. When you get the powers, we're going to get x minus 1 is equals to the power here 2. Then solve for x. So x is equals to 2 plus 1. Okay, therefore x is equals to what? 3. So here you can write your answer here as x is equals to 3. Simple. Right. Great. Let's go to question 10. Okay. All right. So we have question 10 here, and 10A is under sets, 10B under mensuration. Now, we are told that given that P, how many marks is this? Oh, just a mark, 1 mark. Given that P is equals to X such that X is between 10 inclusive, that's what it means, less than, greater than or equal to what? Greater than or equal to 10, and less than or equal to 20. X is greater than or equal to 10, then X is less than or equal to 20. So these two numbers are included, okay? Inclusive. Now, the other condition, we are told that X is a prime number. X is a prime number. Now, what is a prime number? Prime number is a number that is divisible by 1 and itself. So, since we are told that X includes what? 10 and 20 here, ask yourself, is 10 divisible by 1 and itself only? No. 2 can go into 10, 5 can go into 10. 20 can go into 20, 2 can go into 20, 5 can go into 20, 4 can go into 20, 10 can go into 20, and 20 itself. So, look for numbers between 10 and 20 that are what? Divisible by 1 and itself. And these numbers are, so we have set P is 11 is divisible by 1 and itself, 12 no, 13 yes, 14 no, 15 no, 15 because 3 can go into 15, 5 can go into 15, and 15 itself. Okay, even 1. Then 16 no, 17 yes, 17 is a prime number, 18 is not, 19 yes is a prime what? 19 is a prime number, 20 is not. So this is the answer. Okay, so write your answer here. So you have set P as 11, 13, 17, 9, 19. Okay, that's the mark. All right. Now let's go to question 10B. Okay. Question 10B is saying the diagram shows a sector POQ, arc PQ subtends an angle of 45 degrees at the center here. Okay, and we were told, we are given that the area, given the area as 77 degrees, given that the area of POQ is 77 centimeters squared, calculate the radius of the sector. Okay, so I'm going to use the formula for what? Area of a sector. So area of a sector is equals to theta over 360, okay, multiplied by pi r squared. This is for area. Okay. Now let's substitute what we have, what we've been given here. So area is 77, so substitute with 77 is equals to theta is 45, so we substitute with 45 degrees over 360 degrees times pi, we are given 22 over 7, so we're going to write 22 over 7 times r squared, radius is squared. Okay, now the secret to answering this question is just to know how to divide, how to reduce numbers. Okay, don't multiply unnecessarily. Okay, you only multiply at the end of what? At the end when finding the final answer. Okay, you are almost finding the final answer. Here, don't just multiply because numbers will be big and you are not supposed to use a calculator. So you know that 45 can go into 360. 45 into 45 is 1. 45 into 360 is how many times? Because 45 goes into 90 2 times. So 45 into 360 is 8 what? 8 times. 8 times. And we have 8 and 22. Do you know that 2 can go into 8 and 22? 2 into 22, 11. 2 into 8, 4. So let's just see, write nicely here. So we have 77 is equals to, on top here we have 11 and r squared. So we have 11 times r squared, so r squared over 4 times 7. So just write 4 times 7. Remember what I told you, don't divide or don't multiply unnecessarily. Okay, so what we have here, just to cross multiply. We're interested in the r here, r squared. So 1 times 11 r squared, it will be 11 r squared is equals to, we're cross multiplying here, so it will be 77 times 4 times 7. Don't multiply. And again, I say don't multiply, because it will give you hell. This question will give you hell if you just multiply, because numbers will be big and you'll be just wasting time on a 2-mark question. Guys. So divide by 11, even here by 11. This and this will cancel. Okay, we are almost going to other side. So we have r squared is equals to, check equation. Now, can you simplify? Can you see something here? Yes, you can. 11 here, 1. 11 to 77 is what? 7. So down here we have nothing. We're only remaining with 7 times 4 times 7. Now, here we can multiply. Okay? You can multiply. So we have r squared is equals to 7 times 4 is 20 what? 28. Okay? 28. So just for calculation's sake, let's multiply this. So we have 28 times, is it 4? Oh, times 7. Times 7. So 7 times 7 times 8 is 56. So 6 carry 5. 7 times 2 is 14. 14 plus 5 is 19. So 19, 196. Yes. Or you can start by multiplying 7 times 7, 47. 49, sorry. And 49 times 4 will give you 196. So we have 196 here. Then you take the square root of this. This square root symbol cancel. Just remaining with what? R, just not r squared. R is equals to the square root of 196 is positive or negative 14. But check, we can't have distance or length, negative length. So we only get the positive number here. So we're going to get 14 centimeters. So you come down here and you write our answer as the radius is equals to 14 centimeters. Okay, it is as simple as this. Okay, all right guys, that's all to question 10. Let's go to question 11. All right, we are moving and solving now. Guys, if you are enjoying, consider subscribing, guys, like the video, and yeah, you can give us a comment. All right, let's go to question 10. 11. Question 11 is under earth geometry. This is under earth geometry and is simply saying the diagram shows the positions of 3 towns A, B, and C. So A, B, and C on the Earth's surface. All right, the first question is saying, what is the time difference between B and C? Okay, so they just want time difference. This is very simple. So when calculating time, you deal with longitudes. Okay, we deal with what? Longitudes. So you are going to ask yourself, on which longitude is A? Is B, sorry. B is on longitude what? B is longitude what? 40 degrees west. then C is on longitude 65 degrees east. Okay, so longitude are lines that run from north to south. Okay, now they just want the difference in the time difference. So you add the two, so they are on the different hemisphere. So we're going to say 40 plus 65. Okay, 40 plus 65 is 105 degrees. Okay, 105 degrees. Now look at this. This 105 is the difference in longitude. Okay, the difference in longitude. Now finding the difference in time, we're going to say 1 hour is equivalent to 15 degrees. Then how many hours is equivalent to what? 105 degrees. Cross multiply, and we're going to have 15x is equals to 105. Then over 15 over 15. All right. X therefore is equals to 15 into 105 is 7 times. Okay, 7 times. So we're going to write 7 hours. Okay, then this is the answer. Just write it here as 7 what? 7 hours. Okay, then the next question, which is question 2, is saying a plane flying due south from A to B, from A to B at 900 knots takes 7 hours. Okay, find the difference in latitude between A and B. Okay, this is nice. Now, the secret here is the formula for calculating what? Speed. That's where the secret is. So, the formula for calculating speed is, since it's speed in knots, it is in nautical miles, so speed is equals to distance covered over time taken. Okay, distance covered over time taken. Why this is the starting point? Because we are supposed to use distance to find what? The difference in what? Latitude. And the formula is going to be, this is going to be the formula. Distance is equals to theta times 60. Okay, why are we using 60 here? Because the distance is supposed to be nautical miles. This theta is the difference in what? Latitude. Okay, the difference in latitude. That's what we want to find. So for us to find this one nicely, theta, we need to know the distance. And how can you find the distance? Yes, given speed and time. We're going to use this. So we're going to say distance is equals to speed times time, which is what? Speed is 900. Knots is nautical miles per hour. Okay, so times 7. So distance, therefore, distance, so 900 times 7, this is just same as 7 times 9, which is 63. If I'm not mistaken, yes, it is 63. Then you have 2 zeros here. Nautical what? Nautical miles. This is the distance in nautical miles. So we have found the distance. We can now find this theta, the difference in what? Latitude. So we can say distance is equals to theta times 60. So where there is this distance, we're going to substitute with the 6,300, which is 6,300 times theta times 60. So we're going to divide both sides by what? 60. Even here by what? 60. This and this will cancel. Therefore, what theta is equals to this 0 and this 0 will do what? Will cancel. Okay, so this is just the leaving behind 630. So you can say 6 into 6 is 1. 6 into 3 is what? 0. And then you have this becomes 30. 6 into 30 is 5. So the difference in the latitude is simply 105. Okay? 105. And you come and write your answer here. Okay? As theta is equals to 105 degrees. Okay, that's the difference in what? That's the difference in the latitude. So we've answered this question. Okay, this question, which is question 11. All right. Okay, guys, this marks the end of part 1. Okay, of this 2025 mathematics paper 1, which is just GCE. Okay, stay tuned for part 2. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Remember to subscribe, like, and give us a comment.